So for today's video, I'm going to share life lessons that I've learned and things that have taught me to become a better version of myself and has helped me really just gain perspective to life and just see life through a different lens. Oftentimes we get very comfortable living the same life over and over, repeating the same cycles and living like everyone else lives and just like being afraid to grow. A lot of people are scared of discomfort and scared of the unknown, that they just prefer being comfortable and living the same life and just staying with the same mindset, the same mentality, the same ways of being, the same ways of speaking. As someone who is self-aware of their own life, they become self-aware of others and those around them and start studying people and seeing how people are. And then you realize that we all have a lot of work to do, a lot. Sometimes I question God. I'm like, God, why are we here? There's just so much to this game of life. We're here to really just be the best version of ourselves. And many people think that life is just about waking up and going to work and drinking and partying and scrolling through social media and living through the pleasures of life and the temptations of life. But I believe that there's much more meaning to life. There's definitely a lot of people out there who know that as well. I just think that it's important to be self-aware of yourself and those around you and gain wisdom and understanding from God. I use God a lot in everything that I talk about, and that's basically who I'm here to represent. And that's what we're all here to represent. A lot of people don't know that because a lot of people don't have enough knowledge on God or the gospel. But if there's one thing out of this whole video, which I say on all my videos, is to know more about God, know who God is, and know what our purpose. Once you know who God is and what he has planned for us and what his purpose is, you'll realize that at the end of the day, we're all here to serve him and to love others through him, to be kind to others, to serve others, and do things for him. And what I think is that a lot of people are distracted by all the distractions of the world, one of them being social media. A lot of people are just so caught up in mindless scrolling and just wasting time. Also, with TV, a lot of people just think that getting out of work and going home and watching TV is normal. And that's okay. That's okay if you're trying to live a normal life. But I make videos for people who are genuinely trying to elevate in life and trying to be better because they know that their potential is high and they know that anything is possible as long as they're willing to change. But there's so many distractions in this world, so many of them, drugs and alcohol and partying and toxic relationships. There could be so many, and only you know what is distracting you in life. We're all here to learn and grow. We're here to experience life and learn through our experiences, learn through others' experiences. We're here to gain perspective and take in whatever feels right to us. Everyone has a different perspective to life. Everyone sees life through a different lens. No one's gonna see life the way you see life. But I think what matters is that we're here to give each other our perspectives and then take what resonates with us and then apply it into our day-to-day lives. I'm a strong believer that anything is possible in life and you can become whoever you desire to become. But I also believe that God already chose each and every one of us to be something specific in life. He gave us all a calling, and we're here to fulfill that calling and that mission. But we're mainly here to serve him. And that's one thing a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot of selfish people in the world who think about themselves and themselves only, and think about possessions, materialistic things, external things. But those things don't last forever. I think what lasts forever is the value you provide in people's lives and the things that you do for others, and the acts of service and who you are as a person. We're gonna die one day, and I think that we all want to die knowing that we did something good in this world, and by doing good is by doing good to others. We're here to help people out and to help people draw closer to God, and that's one of my goals. I genuinely just want to share God's light with everyone that I get to cross paths with, and teach people that God is real and you are absolutely capable of having a relationship with him, but it's all about you wanting to have a relationship with him, because nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself and realize that no one's going to help you out. Like, no one's going to tell you how to live your life. No one's going to give you what you need in order for you to be successful and be who you want to be. Like, nobody's going to put in the work for you. You have to do it yourself. And in order for you to do it yourself, you have to seek a higher power. And my higher power is God. And for people who don't believe in God, honestly, like, I question it. I'm like, how do you not believe in God? Like, look around everywhere. Like there's so many blessings, and he's honestly, like, he's blessing us every day. Like, every day, if you pay attention and you're aware, like, he's always sending you blessings. And if you're like, if there's one thing that I can tell you, is be consistent in prayer. Like, when I started praying, like, it really did change my life, and it continues to change my life and transform me. I feel like a lot of people just seek God when they're going through hard times, and they forget about him when everything's okay. But we're supposed to seek God every day in our daily lives, and we're supposed to pray to him and build a genuine relationship with him, and show him that we are grateful to be here and to have everything that we have, because we wouldn't have anything in this world, like anything at all, if it wasn't for him and his creativity and his wisdom and his magic, like his power, not magic, his power. Like I said, going back to distractions, I feel like people are distracted by all the distractions of the world, that they forget to honor God and put God in their lives first. But God is our main priority, and if it's not something that you prioritize, then you're going to continue to suffer and go through pain and suffering. I mean, we're all here to suffer, to be honest with you. Like, if we don't suffer, then we won't want to see God. And that's the way that we continue to strengthen our faith, by going through those experiences and then seeking him. And then he gives us what we need in order for us to learn and gain wisdom and understanding, and then do better, because we're here to do better and be better. Like, and there's people who don't like realize that. There's people who are like so caught up in the same cycles of life that they keep repeating that, but because they're not involving God in their life. If you involve God, your life will change so much. You'll transform into a new version of yourself that you never thought you'd be. Like, you literally become a whole new person. And people who have God in their lives will tell you the same thing. They'll share their testimony with you and tell you, like, yeah, God has changed my life and he's made me a new person. He's renewed my mindset, and he's helped me going from a negative person to a positive person, because God wants you to prosper. He wants you to succeed. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be at peace. And all of those great qualities that we want in life, they come from God. No one else. And it takes work for you to get there. It takes a lot of time spent alone. A lot of people are scared to spend time alone because we're so used to having people around us and having people who care about us. But in reality, like, nobody really cares about you, because people have their own things to care about and worry about. You're gonna have people who genuinely love you, but they have their own things going on in their own lives that they need to focus on themselves. So spending time in solitude honestly brings a lot of evolution in your life. It makes you realize a lot about yourself. It makes you realize the things that you need to change and the things that you need to work on. It makes you realize what's important to you and what's not, like what actually benefits you in your life and what doesn't. It just allows you to grow in a way that you would never think you'd be able to grow. And it draws you closer to God, because in that time of solitude, you're spending time alone and in your thoughts and with your emotions and what really is important to you. You can't blame anyone for the way that your life is coming at you, because at the end of the day, your life comes at you the way that you project your own internal issues and things that are going on within you. So everything that, like, for example, a lot of people in this world are very impatient, speaking for myself, are very quick to anger, are very quick to judge others and blame others and not hold themselves accountable for their own actions. Life is trying to teach you something through people. So if there's anything in your life that's affecting you negatively, like if it's people annoying you or people triggering you or bothering you, just know that it's something that you need to work on. And I'm saying that because I've been there and I'm still there, like where I'm learning to control my emotions. A lot of people don't realize how important it is to control your emotions. It's like one of the most important things, honestly, because sometimes we act out of our emotions rather than like taking the time to just like breathe and reflect and just like process our thoughts and then really like think clearly, and then we allow our emotions to take control. That's one thing I'm learning right now in my life, because I do work in a job where I'm surrounded by a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities, and a lot of people be bothering me and triggering me and annoying me, but it's teaching me that I just need to be more compassionate and more patient with the world, even though sometimes I'm like, damn, why am I here? Like, I'm just trying to move and live somewhere else away from the world, because the world is so like overwhelming and stressful and annoying. Like, I feel like when you know a lot about life and you're choosing the right path and choosing to be better than others, like things start bothering you and triggering you. Everything that comes at you from life is, and the way you handle it is a reflection of yourself. So you need to learn to really just like ground yourself and become more in control of yourself rather than trying to control everything else in life, because you're not able to control everything else in life, but you're only able to control what comes out of you, like your actions, your reactions, your emotions, and how you perceive things. Sometimes we let people take us, you know, like I've had a lot of encounterments with people, but I really am someone who's trying to be a better person. At the end of the day, people are so upset and so angry with life because they don't know better. And that's the thing I keep reminding myself. When people are mean to me or like project any kind of negativity or like treat me some kind of way that I don't even deserve being treated, like, because one thing about me, like, I'm always gonna be kind, because that's what God wants of us. He wants us to be kind people. But if you come at me sideways, I'm gonna come at you sideways too. Like, I'm gonna give you what you're giving me. Like, and then people get upset when you give them what they're giving you, but it's like you're coming at me sideways. Like, I'm giving you a reflection of you, but then it taught me, like, that has taught me and it has humbled me and made me realize, like, what are you getting out of this? You're allowing them to take your power away from you by allowing them to control your emotions and see you react in a different way, when you can just be stoic and just like be calm and just be like, bro, like, clearly you need me to pray for you and you got things going on in your life, so let me just namaste this and just like let you be. But I understand, I don't know if you guys are like this, but this is just me sharing what I've experienced. To just like summarize this, my point is to control your emotions and don't let the world control them for you, because then they're gonna have power over you. So that's one important thing to do. And that comes down to like emotional intelligence. A lot of people lack emotional intelligence, and that is one of the most important things to have. I mean, there's a lot of different qualities that are important to work on, but if you're not emotionally intelligent, bro, go get yourself a book or like listen to a podcast on emotional intelligence and gain perspective on that. Because I've been in situations where I'm like, where I have like conversations with certain people, or like you know, I've been in relationships where people don't understand me. You do not learn how to react to things or like how to communicate properly, you're gonna be in trouble. Like, and I'm sure a lot of people like don't realize that. People think that the way that they react to things or the way they act or answer to something, that it's okay, but you gotta learn to be intelligent in a way where when you respond to things or communicate, you know what you're saying. Like, that's one thing for sure that I've learned, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I continue to learn that, you guys. I want to talk about karma, because a lot of people think that life is just like this fun thing where you can just do whatever you want and get away with everything, like good or bad. I mean, if it's bad, but karma is real, and what you give into, what you put out and what you give to others is what you're going to receive back and what you're going to get. So just be careful with your intentions behind everything, because some people think that they'll get away with certain things, but God is always watching you, and God is gonna punish you some way, somehow. Like he'll be in charge of that. If you move with good intentions, you'll always receive good things back to you and good energy, good vibes. But if you move with bad intentions, bad things are gonna happen to you, unfortunately, because it's the law of dharma. What you put out is what you're gonna get. So make sure you're putting out good vibes, good energy. You're treating people with respect, with kindness, with loyalty. Always project what you want projected back to you. Because at the end of the day, it's about your character and who you are as a person. It's who you're representing yourself as. So always move with good intentions. Like, why do you want to be an evil person? Why do you want to be known as that? Do good and God will bless you with good stuff in life. But if you do bad, like, obviously karma's gonna get to you, and bad things are gonna come to you because you're moving in those intentions. So always move with good intentions. Treat others how you want to be treated. When you move with good intentions, people notice that, and like positive vibes and energy are contagious, and you can pass it on to people, and then people can choose to change too. If they see change in you, they're like, oh my gosh, like that person's changing and becoming better. Then they realize that they can do better and be better too. Then again, I feel like a lot of us, like, who put ourselves in bad situations, we have to go through those bad situations because that's the only way we're gonna learn. We all of our journeys and all our experiences are different, but at the end of the day, the game of life plays the same way. And if you put yourself in a position where things are going to come back to bite you in the ass, like, it's for a reason, for you to grow and for you to learn and for you to mature, for you to gain intelligence in all aspects, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. And it's for you to draw closer to God and really just gain his wisdom and understanding in life so that he can teach you the right way of living and the right way of acting, because your character says a lot of who you are. Like, how you treat people is, like, very important. Your integrity and how you present yourself to others is you. Who do you want to be? Like, ask yourself, like, do I want to be this negative, mean, toxic person, or do I want to be this positive, good energy, good vibes, and kind person who's giving to others, and others love me for who I am because I do good in their lives. I serve them and I provide good things in their lives, and I act through love. Love is one of the most important things. If you're not moving with love and good intentions, then what do you expect? Like, you're obviously gonna get the things that you don't want in life because you're not moving through love. Love is key. So I'm pretty much just sharing random things I've learned in life, to be honest with you guys. I'm not going through a specific thing. Like, I'm just sharing what my heart feels like it wants to share with you guys, because it's been a minute. Success comes from your daily habits. What you do each and every day is going to get you to the reality and the future that you want. So you better check yourself if you're not doing the right things in life. You have to do things that are important, things that are going to help you grow, learn, and elevate and reach the future that you want. Everybody has a different lifestyle they want. Not everybody's going to want successful, thriving life where they're making a lot of money and becoming someone, and not everybody wants that. You know why? Because it's hard to get there. It's not easy. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of commitment, a lot of consistency, a lot of focus. It takes a lot to get to that lifestyle. But once again, I make these videos for people who want to be a better version of themselves and really want to push themselves. So if you want to be that person, you got to check yourself and check your habits. Like, what do you do each and every day when you wake up? Like, what's really important? Like, are you actually doing things that are important, that are helping you mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, like all around? You have to do things that help you in every aspect of life, because obviously working on all those things are going to get you far in life and are going to help you. I think we all know what is important and what's not. We all know what's a bad habit and what's not a good what's a good habit and what's a bad habit. Like, we each have our own habits. For example, one habit that I struggle with is waking up early. Like, I've always been someone who wakes up late. Like, the latest I wake up is 9 a.m. Like, I know that's probably early, but it's not. It's not, because by the time that I wake up, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I get ready, I go to the gym, I come back. I grocery shop, I come back, cook my lunch, and then go to work. So where's the time for me to chase my dreams? Where's the time for me to dedicate time to my own things that I want to do and pursue in my life? I dedicate so much time to my regular job, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm so tired of this. Like, I'm so tired of it, but I'm tired of being tired that I literally just feel overwhelmed and burnt out, that I'm like, sometimes I don't even feel inspired to do the things that I actually want to do with my life. And that's the part that sucks, and it makes me sad, because I'm like, it sucks that we have to work so much just to pay bills and just to live paycheck to paycheck, and not have enough money to do what we actually want to do with our life. I think we all are kind of in that situation where we have so many responsibilities. Sorry, I got off track, but going back to like paying attention to your habits, it's important to really be aware of what you do and like what actually is important and what's going to get you to the life you actually want to live. If you don't change your habits, your life's never going to change. You have to do things differently. You have to do things that you've never done before. Learning about psychology is important, because not only do you know, like, you start learning about yourself and things that you need to fix and work on, like your trauma, your issues, your wounds, like, obviously we're not perfect and we're not God, so we're not going to know everything, but you start like gaining perspective on that. And then you start learning about people's actions and reactions and the way they act and the way they are. And then you start like, you become a whole ass therapist and a whole psychologist. And that's one of the best things ever. You don't need to go to a therapist, because you're your own therapist, I'm here to tell you that not everyone is your friend. You may think that everyone is your friend because they act like they're your friend, but you got to be careful with who you allow into your life, whether that's a partner or a friend, because those people are who you are choosing to become and be like. And if they're spending so much time in your life, like, you got to make sure that they're good people who actually have good intentions for you, who genuinely love and care for you and want the best for you, because not everybody wants the best for you in life, unfortunately. Like, there's people who claim they're your friends, and this is just me speaking about like experiences and things I've noticed and all that. They're gonna claim they're your friends, but you got to give it time, and then God will show you who really is your friend and who isn't. I think the smaller the circle, the better. Like, just having literally like 2 friends is enough. And even with partners, like, you got to be wise with who you are choosing to be with, because that person is the person who will either help you elevate or bring you all the way down. A lot of people are used to toxic relationships and just being toxic in general with life, that they think it's okay to allow those things into their lives. Once again, I'm sharing what I've learned in my own life, okay? It's just things that I've experienced and that the Lord has taught me and humbled me. Don't give access in your time and your energy to just anybody. A lot of people think that the more friends and the more people you have, the more problems and drama in your life you have, to be honest with you. So keep it very minimal with your friends and the people that you have, and actually, like, just be patient and trust that God's gonna put the right people in your life, like the right friends and the right partner. When you're not patient with that, you'll put yourself in a position that you didn't belong in, and then you'll go through pain and suffering, and then ask yourself, why am I going through this? Like, I don't deserve this. But in reality, you do deserve that for growth and evolution, and also to realize that you have to be patient with good things in life. Like, God is going to send you the right people and the right things that you need at the right timing and moment in your life. So don't rush any of that. Like, don't be afraid to spend time alone just because you feel like you need people. You don't need nobody, honestly. Like, at the end of the day, all you need is you and God. Don't rush anything just because you're trying to be comfortable or seek comfort in others, or you're just feeling lonely and stuff, because that never gets you nowhere. God wants you to be genuinely happy. Like, he's gonna send you the right things that you need in life, but It all comes down to being patient. And that's one thing that I've learned, just be patient with everything. Everything has its timing, even though sometimes we feel like we want to rush everything because we want things now. But how are we going to learn? How are we going to grow? And how are we going to see a better picture in life if we don't go through those like experiences, even if they hurt us or affect us in some kind of way? But at the end of the day, everything's for the highest good. That's one thing I always remind myself. I think I've gone through a lot at a young age, which I'm grateful for because it's like matured me. But I always remind myself everything happens for a reason and everything happens for the highest good. Like it's all to just elevate you and help you be a better version of yourself in every aspect. Your comfort zone will kill you. It will literally like make you stressed out, anxious, maybe depressed. It'll make you feel like you're not doing anything for yourself and you're not going anywhere, but because you're getting comfortable with the life that you're living. So if you don't want to feel that kind of way, then you need to start doing things that make you feel better, things that actually push you to grow and push you to like do things differently than others. Because once again, people get comfortable with relationships, with friendships, with lifestyles, with ways of speaking, with all their actions. Don't get comfortable. You need to constantly be doing things that like push you out of your comfort, and you need to do things that you've never done before. Like when I film videos, I get nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, am I actually gonna be like a YouTuber or something, or like am I just gonna make videos and like for 100 people and stuff? But I know that I will be who I desire to be because God has a plan for all of us. But just don't stay stuck in your comfort. Don't be okay with how life is going. Like one thing about me, I'm always like, every day I wake up and I'm like, okay, so what am I gonna do today that's gonna make me feel good, that's gonna allow me to feel like I'm actually getting closer to my dreams and my aspirations? Like, what am I doing bad? What am I failing at? Like, what can I do better? Like, is there people in my life that I need to let go of? Is there things that I need to let go of? Like, what do I need to change? What thoughts do I need to change? Like, how can I pray to God better? Like, what can I ask God to help me with? Like, how can I sincerely ask him for help? Because he wants you to ask him for help. He's here to help us and guide us. Honestly, without God, like, I wouldn't have the guidance that I have. Like, I wouldn't feel sure about my life. I wouldn't feel sure about myself. Like, I'm so confident in myself and where I'm headed and who I'm becoming because of God and because of God's knowledge and wisdom and understanding. That's one important thing. Put God above all things, and trust me, everything is gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Even when you feel like things are falling apart, like your life's falling apart, like your bills are stacking up, you're in debt. Like, girl, I'm in debt, but honestly, I don't care because I know one day I'm going to pay it off, and I know one day things are going to change because things are always changing for us. But we got to focus on the good. We also got to learn to express gratitude. A lot of people take life for granted and like don't realize how important it is to thank God for everything. Take a moment to just breathe, like stay still, breathe, be calm, and just think about everything that you have in your life. Think about all the miracles and all the blessings that God has blessed you with. God is always watching over you, and he's always protecting you, and when something's going bad in your life and you're praying or you need something and you need help, like, God's gonna provide you with the help that you need. A lot of people think that things just happen just to happen, but no, like, every day that we're living, like, God is all around us. He's everywhere. He's within you, he's within me, he's all around you. Like, it's all about just taking a moment to thank God and to really just appreciate life, even when we're not where we want to be. Because trust me, I know all of us want to be in a specific like place in our life. We visualize this version of ourselves and we're like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to be there already. Why can't I be there? But good things take time, and it builds character. It builds you into who you're destined to be. It makes you a better version of yourself. It teaches you what you need to let go of, what you need to heal, like what needs work in your life, like everything. We're just here to learn. Okay? People are not going to change if they don't choose to change. And this is one thing I talk a lot with my mom. Like, people get so comfortable being who they are that they think that that's their identity for life, and they just conform to that. But you can change that person. I used to be a mean person. I used to be evil. I used to involve myself in like gossip and like toxic behaviors and relationships and things, but I realized that's not who I wanted to be. And who you represent yourself plays a big role in your life. Like that, like people see you, people see through you, they see you, and like we're all energy, and we're all like, you know, people see your aura and your vibes. And there's people who just be giving some negative ass vibes and energy, and I'm like, why? Like, why are you so unhappy? But clearly it shows that a lot of people lack a relationship with God and need God in their lives. So I pray for people like that. Yeah, integrity is important. Your character, your integrity, and your morals and how you choose to be in this world is very important. One day we're gonna die, and God's gonna judge us, and like we're gonna go through judgment, and he's gonna be like, let me see if you're able to come into my kingdom, girl. I'm just kidding. But just do good in life. Do good, be good, and feel good, and you'll receive good. Like, I know life is not butterflies and rainbows all the time. Like, there's gonna be moments in life where you just don't feel like the best you feel like, so many things are happening to me, like I don't feel good, and it's okay to have bad days, but always remember to just involve God in your life, and it'll just make things much better. You know, just pray. To me, praying helps me. Like, just every day throughout my day, I'm always talking to him and just telling him, you know, how grateful I am for life, and that I know that I'm not where I want to be, but I know that he's shaping me into the woman that I have to become in order for me to receive those blessings. And I pray over people. I pray that people heal and learn and grow and realize that life is not about just living a mediocre life. There's an abundance of opportunities, an abundance of things out in the world for us, but it's all about how bad you want it and how bad you want to change, and if you're willing to grow. And that's all it takes. Are you trying to grow, or are you trying to remain? Like, you're just trying to stay there for life and like be trapped in this box, or you're trying to see the world? Like, the world's so big. Like, we're literally in space right now, in a planet floating in the air. Like, come on, bro. Get it together. I went on a whole rant with this. I'm sorry, I don't even know what was my point with all of this, but this is just me sharing just thoughts and sharing what I feel about life. But yeah, you guys, we're not here to settle. Like, if you want to settle, go ahead. That's fine. Like, that's on you. You know, there's people who are lazy. There's people who are scared. Like, I mean, I have fear within me, but I think all of us have fear in a different level and different extent. But there's people who make excuses, and they're like, no, but like, I don't think that's for me, or like, no, like, I'm already old, or no, this and that. Like, they make excuses for everything. Like, there's no excuses to life. Like, if you're out here giving me excuses, I'm just gonna look at you and tell you, bro, come on. Like, just get your life together. Just wake up one day and tell yourself, like, today is a new day to do things differently for myself, and I'm ready to be a new version of myself because I know I deserve to be better. But it all comes down to like self-love, you know, how much you love yourself. And self-love is important, because when you love yourself, you get to love others properly, and you get to love God properly. And you got to fear the Lord, baby girl. I think I'm learning, like, I think we get so caught up in like temptations and pleasures of the world, like doing the same things over and over. We all have our own sins and desires and everything in life. Only you know what you do that it shouldn't be done the way you do it. You just got to seek God. That's it. Like, put God first above all things, and trust me, your life is going to change. And anybody who has God in their lives will tell you the same thing. It brings a lot of transformation, a lot of evolution, a lot of growth, a lot of awareness, a lot of intelligence, a lot of peace, a lot of strength, a lot of grace. Like, God is good. God is good, and God loves us. And we don't even deserve we don't deserve anything we have, because I'm like, we're also sinful people, and we're also like evil in our own ways. Like, we know what we do wrong and bad, but like, God still blesses us because that's who he is, and he's full of love, and that's the way that you need to move in life. People don't realize, like, you are your authentic self. God made us all in his image, and he made us all in different ways. Like, we all have our own gifts, our own talents, our own abilities, our own ways of seeing things, our own ways of doing things. No one is you, and that will always be your power. And you're the one in control of your life. So if you don't want to take control, then baby girl, life's going to control you, and people are going to control you, and the external world is going to control you, and then you're just going to keep going through that loop. And I'm sure you don't want to go through that loop. Just want to help people see life in a different way, to really just live meaning and purpose, and feel inspired to just go out there and do what makes them happy, and know more about God, and trust that God is number one in everything in life, because he really is. And I think that till you like really develop a good relationship with him, because none of us are perfect, everybody has a different relationship with him and different levels to it. But I think the most important thing is just knowing that you love him, and that you fear him, and that you know that he has a plan for you, and that we're here to just serve him and do the right thing. And just pray. You just talk to him each and every day, and trust me, life will change for you. Just remember that he loves you, he cares about you, and he wants you to live a good life here on earth. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. I'm always grateful for whoever like watches my videos. I'm very grateful for you guys, and I just want the best for all of you guys. I hope you guys continue to have a good day. And let's see if I catch you guys on my next video. I better, because I'm trying to leave the corporate world, you guys. I am tired. Like, I'm so tired of doing something that doesn't make me happy, having to wake up knowing that I have to spend 8 hours of my day dedicating to someone else's dream, and getting paid $20 an hour when I deserve to get paid more. Like, excuse me. And I'm trying to move to Hawaii already. I'm trying to move, travel the world, live life, inspire people, do what I love, help the world. Like, I just want to do bigger and better things, and I'm sure you are too. So stay tuned for my next video. I love you guys, and I will see you guys. Take care.